All right, I'm going to record because we have so much to cover, and I haven't recorded one in a while because usually we are just chatting, and I'm bringing it back old school with a Monday night shower and a head wrap. So I feel like I haven't done that in a while. So let me look at my notes. Okay, so Brooke, did you go to Super Saturday? Yeah, I couldn't remember if I saw any.
Yeah,
posts.
I did.
And so I want to talk about Super Saturday. I actually haven't even watched the video from it. It's so different, like leading the events. So we got the video but I haven't watched it yet, and I didn't even get to watch it on Sunday. So I'm gonna watch that tomorrow at work. But I wanted Samantha to talk quickly about the Success Club trip, how it works, how to qualify. For 2018, it's too late for anyone, right? Are they still letting people off the wait list? I don't know.
I think you have until February 20 something to get your other person registered, and people can cancel at any time because I'll explain that in a minute.
All right. So I think there's still, if you technically wanted to, I think you could still go on the 2018 trip, but they announced the 2019 trip, and it is a cruise, which Samantha and I went on 2 years ago. It was a blast. Honestly, I loved it. I think I liked it better than Punta Cana because I don't know why. It was fun. There was a lot to do. It was all Beachbody people on the whole cruise. And Sam and I, we had our own time, but we also met up with people, and it was kind of easier to find people and all that stuff. But Sam, if you want to just explain how to qualify for the cruise and where it's going and all that stuff, well, I just quickly grab my water bottle cap.
Yeah. So what I was saying is that there might still be time to qualify for the Riviera Maya trip, which is happening April 15th through the 19th or 19th through the 23rd, depending on which way, because the last quarter has ended, obviously, of 2017. And if you had any money left that you needed to pay, if you didn't earn your full way, it's coming out in a couple of days. And so people can cancel right before that deposit comes out. And that could open up a few more rooms. So there's still a chance, which is why I said there might be, there might not be. So anyway, okay, that's 2018. Even though Brooke and I haven't gone on the 2018 trip, it's behind us. I'm already moving on to 2019. So it's a little different this year how you get registered. So invitations actually went out today for elite, top 500, all-star legends, active all-stars that made Success Club from January 2016 to December of 2016, things like that. So they got their invitations today. And then
2016?
16 through 17. You had to get a invitation
Legend.
today. The legend. Yeah. Sorry. All-star legend. So lots of very higher up people getting their invitations today, tomorrow, the next day, throughout this week. And then any of the rest of us that are just generally earning high Success Club points in the year 2017 will get an invitation in January 18th. However, before you can get your invitation, you have to opt in. They're trying to save a step, I'm guessing, by sending out a bunch of invitations and waiting 96 hours, and I'll get into that in a second. So you have to go to Anchors Away 2019, or you can type in Success Club 2019. Any of those things will get you to the website. And then go into the FAQs, and you have to fill out a form that you're interested in an invitation. It's not signing up. There is no commitment whatsoever. They just want to know, are you interested in an invitation if you come off this list? So you have to opt in. That's new. They've never done that in all the years that I've been going on these trips. So that's new this year. And then there is an 8-minute video that Michael Neiman did, obviously, on the website to check out. It shows you the ship, which is radical. It's a crazy looking ship. And so you definitely want to do the opt-in if you're interested. And then, so after those few small groups go.
What happens if you don't do the opt-in? You don't get a spot? You don't get a ticket?
Correct.
I mean, you don't get an
invite.
Invitation? Okay.
Correct. Yeah. So they're trying to, because once you get your invitation, so January 18th, they'll send out, my guess is about 4,000 invitations. I bet about 1,000 will get it this week. and then 4,000 about in the next 2 weeks. And then not all of those people will register for a lot of reasons. It's spouses of other people that are
Mm-hmm.
already going, people that are just not interested. This is not their thing. For a variety of reasons. They don't have that. There is a $300 deposit that's non-refundable. So if you're not sure, and I remember when the first time I got off the wait list for Punta Cana, um, I declined because they only had these super deluxe room left, like the super luxury suite. And I said, that wasn't something I was going to commit to, and it was not going to be enough trip dollars for me. And then the next week I got the room I wanted. So that's another reason some people will decline their invitation. So yes, you have to opt in if you want an invite, and then they'll start sending invites. There are 5,000 spots. They'll go beyond the 5,000 people for all the reasons I just mentioned. So that's how you get on. How you get an invitation is the first way to do it is your success in 2017. You do not have to hit Success Club every single month, or even most of the months in 2017 to be invited. It's about cumulative points that you earned over the year. So if like a couple months you hit like 10 and higher, and a couple months you missed, you still have as equal a chance as someone that hit 5 every month. So it's about how much Success Club points you earn. That just gets you your invitation. To earn the trip, you can pay cash for it, if you so choose. The rooms I was on the website earlier, they range from about $1,300, so a quarterly payment of $325 to like $4,000 for the luxury suite or something. But every quarter you can earn Success Club trip dollars, and the more Success Club points you get in every month in 2018, the more money goes to your trip. So like this month is double dollars as part of the Success Club. So if you hit Success Club 10 this month, that would normally get you $100, because every Success Club point over 5 gets you $10. If you hit Success Club 4, it's only $5 a point. So if you hit Success Club 4, that would get you $20. If you hit Success Club 5, that gets you $50. There's a big jump up once you hit Success Club 5. But in January, you hit Success Club 10, you don't get $100, you get $200. So it's I paid for my whole first quarter of this trip in January last year, which was lovely. So that's something to think about. And it's all year. And, everyone's business fluctuates differently. So I was happy that I got Success Club 15 in last January, because I missed a month this year. I didn't hit Success Club in November. Is the only month I didn't hit Success Club this last year. So it worked out having actually had negative points in November. It's a go big or go home for me. So how to strategize if this is a goal of yours, which if you love traveling, these trips are like so amazing, and I'm so excited about them. So they're huge for me. They're the biggest motivator for my business, because I'm a Sapphire personality and I love to travel. Traveling is like in my blood. So for me, it's a huge motivator. So that's something to think about when you're building your business. Okay. So if this isn't, if traveling's not a motivator for you, then you might build your business a little differently. But if traveling is a motivator for you and this trip is something you want to go on, you really need to be strategic about your business and how you're building it. So like this month, I'm at Success Club 0, but my spouse account is at Success Club 6. That was an active choice in the way I'm building my business, because I signed up 3 coaches this month. So that was a choice that I made, actually going against Success Club, because I have, thank you, because I have kind of a different goal. So while my spouse account did not hit Success Club, I don't think at all in 2017, maybe once. So he will not be getting, there's just no way he will get an invitation, to the cruise. However, their invitations are sent out all year long, literally up until October. Katie, when did you get your invitation for Riviera Maya?
I don't know, but they'll do it because they're not going to not let new people on the cruise, so that's their incentive.
Exactly. So hitting Success Club in my spouse account, making him Success Club all year and getting him the trip dollars, even though he'll be earning them for a spot he hasn't quite earned yet. I know because I've been on these trips and I've watched much ado about these trips and the stats with them. I know he will earn a spot. I have no doubts in my mind. So that is a smart business move for me to put Success Club points under him. And it's a smart trip goal for me to put Success Club points under him, just knowing that the trip will be in his name and under his. Like Katie and I, when we've gone together, sometimes the trips are in her name, sometimes they're in my name. It just depends. So that's how, so I talked about the opting in, which is new. So I want to get the word out about that because I just learned about that today.
Will you post the link about that after?
Yep, you bet. So remember, you only earn $5 a point up to Success Club 5, and then Success Club 5 and on. It's $10 a point, double in January. It's paid on the quarterly. You choose your room, and you have 96 hours from the time you get your email, 4 days. So it's not like, yes, the clock starts ticking, but it's not like you have to be waiting at your computer for your invitation. And just being strategic about where you're placing your new coaches that you're signing up in terms of Success Club points only, not in terms of business strategy. Katie can talk about where to place people. But are you putting them under your account or your spouse account? Because I know we all have very active spouse accounts. And I know that's something that we train our coaches to do. So it's just something to think about. It actually significantly influences my business. These trips and placing coaches and things like that. So, it's something to think about, but also is earning an extra $10 worth it when you're thinking about volume and things like that? Because like when I got an extra, this was a motivation for me in December when I was at Success Club 4 and I really wanted 6. So that was $20 that I had when I was at Success Club 4, because $5 a point. Getting to 6 would mean I sold another challenge pack for $50. Plus it would get me from $20 to $60. So it would actually get me $40 plus $50. So I was like, if I sell one more challenge pack, I get $90. So it's a different way to use it as motivation. It really helped me on, I think on the 30th, I sold that challenge pack and hit Success Club. So those are all things to think about. The trip, just a quick lowdown, it's 5 nights, 2 stops, one in Nassau in the Bahamas where Atlantis, that big fancy hotel is, and one in Labadee, Haiti, which is actually an island off of Haiti that is owned by Royal Caribbean, the cruise ship. Katie and I have actually been to both of those islands. They're both beautiful and magical and fabulous. Yes, twice. And actually only once each. We went to Grand Cayman the other time with Taylor.
Awesome. That is
yeah,
good. I think it will motivate people, and I think it's very exciting, and I love that they do this for us. And it's all the info is online in the FAQ too. All right, I want to talk about Super Saturday because I had a great time. We had Haley Christensen. I believe that's her last name, Christian or Christensen. I forget. Christian. Okay, sorry. Haley Christian, Hayley, and she is like, I was blown away, and literally I'm sitting in the front row and then have to go up on stage like 5 seconds later, and I was like bawling. Like her story was so powerful, and like she had like, and I wish we had recorded the whole thing. The girl next to me, my other market council girl, was videotaping on the GoPro when their battery ran out, and I was like, oh my God, no. So we didn't get the whole thing, but she was just like, had so many nuggets that I want to share with you, but I want to hear your guys's first, just in case we run out of time. I can only share mine another time, but do you guys have a couple, like whether it was about your speaker, your workout, the corporate video, any nuggets you had from Super Saturday that you want to share? No pressure either.
Well, Nashville is not always famous for their Super Saturdays, but I was really proud. The girl that hosted it had never even been to a Super Saturday, so not only was she, so I was really proud of her to go for it and try that. And I kind of think, I'm like, maybe I should do it. I mean, it's really, really low pressure in Nashville because
do they have a market council?
Oh, I doubt it. I don't know what that is, really. Other than I know you're on it, but I don't
Right.
know.
No. I could ask my corporate mentor and see if they have anyone down there, and to see if you could do it with them. You don't want to do it by yourself because it's way too much work. But if they could get a few
Oh,
of you,
no. I mean, we've had like some where there's been like 8 people, so it's not a lot of work here. Like there's people with like one time someone did like 2016 for the balloons, but like they didn't get the one, so it was 206. I mean, like it's not a lot of work here. But anyway, there was like 60 people that came. It was really
Wow.
good. So that was cool, and the workout was fun. We did quarter floors. It was fun.
Nice.
But no, like we kind of had the same speakers we've had every time. So I mean, I already knew their stories.
Yeah.
But
But maybe you could even like talk, just email or Facebook message one of the people that's in charge and say, hey, can I share my story, or can I do the your certification country heat workout on stage or something?
yeah. I think I might get involved at some point.
Yeah, it's fun. I love it. It's the best. I love it. Cool. How about you, Sam? Any takeaways you had?
Um, oh, so it was Haley Christian was my takeaway. So she was talking about how she was last year at this time. I think it was last year at this time. She was going back and forth between a diamond and a 1-star, kind of just hobbling around. And now she's an 8-star, 9-star qualifying. But she had been a coach like 2 or 3 years as like a diamond-ish. She got hit diamond in 60 days and kind of just rocked diamond pretty steady for like a
Pretty much
year
like
or
all
two.
of us.
Yeah, exactly. And she said, all I did was post and comment to people. And I thought that was work. And I was like, oh, that like my heart, even like saying it now. And I was like, that's all I do. And the problem is that works a little.
Mm-hmm.
Like it works enough to like hit these little milestones, which is fine. I'm doing fine in my business, but when none of us are here to do fine. So, she was talking about that you have to act like you're desperate every single day, because that was the change for her. She moved and kind of thought, I'm a Diamond Beachbody coach. I'll just work from home. And she quit her job, 2 of her jobs. She had 2 jobs here in Boston, quit and moved to North Carolina with just Beachbody. And that's when she became desperate, because she was, all of us know you can't really live on an average diamond salary.
Her quote for that was, I think it might be Tony Robbins or someone. I don't think she came up with it, but she said, there are only 2 ways to be successful in this business. You either need to be desperate, you need to have desperation or inspiration. It's those are the only 2. And that, sorry to cut in, but that was just with the desperation or inspiration. Like sometimes some people have inspiration. Like I think like Lindsay Matway is total inspiration, and then she had desperation too, but that desperation piece, when I see that in people, like that's the fire.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah. No, she said that. And then she talked about, or she challenged everyone to kind of pretend they've never been a coach before. She said, you'll compare yourself, they had the Elite 10 picture slide up, and like, you'll compare yourself to those people that have either been coaching. There's one coach up there that was up there for like 2 years, and 5 years. Some have been coaching for 10 years. And she'll say, she said, I hope that you're all standing up here on the stage next year and saying, I've only really been coaching for a year since I heard Haley speak last year. Like before that doesn't really count. Is today your day one? So it's just like that power of being able to get back to the basics, but bringing it up a notch and just not really relying on the fact that you've been a coach for 3 years on January 16th. And kind of going forward. So those were my 2, their combined takeaways. And the book that she recommended, 6 Months to 6 Figures, by somebody with the last name Boods or Boods.
I know. I thought she kept saying boobs. I was like, what are you saying up there?
Yeah, it was I'm not sure what his last name, but the book is 6 Months to 6 Figures. So I'm getting that on Audible now. Nice. I gotta order. So those are my takeaways.
Awesome. I love it. That quote was one of my takeaways, because that, I mean, her story, like, I felt like it could have been me up there. Well, if only I was this big and this cute and like fabulous. She is so fabulous. Um, but but her story resonated with me so well. So she, was broke, desperate, all that stuff, came from a bad money place with her family, and or the way her parents talked about money and stuff. And I'm sorry, I just lost my train of thought.
How you related to her because of family money.
How I related to her story.
Your takeaway quote was, "Is today going to be your day number one?"
No, hold on.
Oops.
So anyway, sorry. So I was relating to her and her story, and it made me cry. And now I feel really dumb because I totally forgot my takeaway. Like my quote situation. I don't know. This is being recorded. Stage fright. Oh, okay. Well, here was one of my takeaways was that she said that 90% of our time needs to be talking to people. This is networking. The 300-foot rule, like if you're within, which is what Lindsay Matway says all the time, it's like getting back to, I think we got so scared with the whole network marketing thing because it became so spammy on Facebook, and like people were doing gross things, and like, you're like, ew, that's an icky post, but like we lost the networking piece of this business. Like, I mean, we should be, I saw my number the other day. I forget what it was, about how many friends I've added on Facebook. It like sent me a message the other day about it. And I was like, that's all I added last year. Oh, miserable. Like, it's got to be about networking. Anyway, so 90% of our time needs to be about talking to people, not about commenting and posting in our groups, not about, helping our downline and our team. It needs to be talking to people. I mean, obviously this is talking to people, but I mean, like, what are you? Where are your goals? Asking questions, listening, talking to people, making new friends. I mean, we go to so many places, and I know I've run on fear. Like, I'm like, oh, I'm such an introvert. I can't talk to those people. She said 90% of your time talking to people, 2% of your time posting, and the 8% on your team. And I've got it like so skewed, like terribly. And I know we all do, but I don't know how to get that across, that 90% of talking time is talking to people. And I keep saying to myself, like, why can't I talk? I have a couple people in mind, like, that I wanted to talk to. And I think it's just like I call it laziness or fear, but either of those are just excuses. And I don't know what's the actual thing that's stopping me from talking to these people. But I'm like, we need to get back to just, I don't care, send a flipping cold invite, change the name and just send it, like, just say, hey, I was thinking of you with the new year. I was wondering, I'm sure you've seen that I'm a health and fitness coach. Do you have any goals that I could possibly help you with? Get the conversation going. I know Brooke's super good at the birthday messages. Is there any way that you can just, like, I know personally, I think I have 18 or 1900 friends on Facebook, something like that. I've probably talked to 300 or 400 of them about Beachbody, if that. And like, what the F is my problem that I can't talk to all 1,800? Who cares if they block me? I did a post the other day, something about money. I lost 2 friends that day, Facebook friends. And I like took it personally. And then I was like, I don't know who they are. And frankly, I don't really care. Like, there are about 10 people on Facebook that I really care deeply about if they unfriended me, but it'd probably take a lot for me to piss them off. So one of the other things that she said, which I still don't know what I was talking about earlier, but one of the other things that she said that really resonated with me is stop caring what other people think. Like, it's in human nature to care what other people think, you know, and how to get over that, I don't know, except by doing. So, I've been just trying, I didn't post it all today because my bosses were in the office, so I couldn't. But like yesterday, I was just trying to like post honestly. Well, and I said to Sam the other day, I was like, I'm just going to start, like, me, Samantha, and her husband have a group chat, like, of like stupid shit that the kids do and stuff and whatever's going on, plans. And I was like, anytime I feel like I need to text you guys something that I think is going to make you laugh, I'm going to post it on Facebook, because that's the stuff that and it gets a ton of interaction and engagement. And like, I just need to be myself and stop caring so much what people think. And like, to a point, I don't care, like, I don't know, it's kind of confusing. I don't care what people think in some regards, but in other regards, like, obviously you want people to like you, and you want to have, you like the having friends and being popular, and that never ends. But you, I mean, you should have seen her. Like, she said, like, when she started like speaking and posting her truth and realized, and she's, I don't know if you've seen her before, Brooke, but she's a girl with like short pink hair, and she's so cute. And then she brings up her whole team. First of all, at her last Super Saturday, I think she had one person with her. And this time she had 40. The whole team was up there. There were probably 6 girls with colored hair, and all like cute, and the same like vibe tribe thing, like when we all got together, we are all wearing like black and white and like matchy. She had 40 of them. And I'm like, maybe this is just in my head, but I'm pretty sure that I haven't posted anything on Facebook that's really offended you guys. And you look at me like I have 12 head. I mean, maybe please tell me if I'm wrong, because I'd like to know about those posts so I don't do them again. But like, you probably laugh at my stupid jokes about the kids because you get it. And you like, feel the fear I feel about money and all that type of stuff, because you're my tribe. And like, that's why we're here every week, no matter what our paychecks look like, and those are the people that we need to find. So, stop following people if they're not your vibe, and just focus on the who cares part of it. Like, I'm going to post what I want about money. I'm going to post about, oh, that's what I did. I posted like kind of how much I made or something. So standing in your truth, being real, and spending 90% of time on messages. And not just messages. I mean, talking to people. Lindsay Stay, I think it was. I should post this video she did. It was so good. But she still has like, or not probably to this day, but for a long time had house parties, like old school MLM stuff. Like, hey, come over, listen to me talk for 20 minutes, have a shake and a drink, and try it out and see how it goes. And I don't know, it's just hard to do, and that's why we don't do it. It's like annoying because we have kids and lives, and I did this business so I don't have to see people and talk to people. But like, would it hurt? Like, is that something you could do? I don't know. But I think this year needs to be about talking to people, being your truth, and stepping outside of your comfort zone. I think those 3 things are like it. I just want to put like my blinders on, and maybe I'll talk more about this when I stop recording. But we got to put blinders on and just do this damn thing. But actually I am going to stop recording so I think we only have a few more minutes anyway, but so I can, so we can finish up this call. Don't hop off yet though. Does anyone have anything to say before I finish recording about the Super Saturday or anything? Cool. So for you guys watching the video, if you have questions on the Success Club trip or anything, feel free to post it in our group. Thanks, guys.